The team gathered around the gallery and the job centre, capital J, comma, both plastered with images and notes in sharp contrast to their appearance that morning, full stop. New line. Christ, comma, thought Wallow, capital W-A-R-L-O-W, full stop. Is that only 3 hours ago, question mark? New line. The, capital D, capital C, capital I, took the lead, full stop. New line, open quote, single quotation mark. I don't think I need to tell you that we're being led up the garden path on this one, full stop. We've wasted too much time with James Ryan, R-Y-A-N, comma, but I'm sure he's just a hothead who decided to take things into his own hands, full stop. Jess, capital J-E-S-S, question mark, close quote. New line, open quote, again single open quotation marks only. Capital here, C, capital I, capital D, are out at Ryan's place doing a thorough search, full stop. We have a dog team, comma, 2, full stop. But I agree, comma, from what Pitcher, capital P-I-T-C-H-E-R, told us, comma, Ryan wanted to get information from him, full stop. That is the only reason they were together, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. I should have realized, comma, close quote. Rhys said, that's R-H-Y-S, said, comma, looking like a scolded cur, C-U-R, full stop. I saw him parked at the post office while I waited to be picked up by D.S. Jones, capital D, capital S, on our way to Pictures, P-I, capital P, sorry, I-T-C-H-E-R-S. Stop. I should have known, full stop, close quote. New line. Wallow was having none of it, full stop, open quote. That's cobblers, comma, Rhys, full stop. You could not have known, full stop. He's decided to follow 2 detectives to see where it led him, full stop. If anything, comma, I should have realized when I spoke to him earlier, full stop. But we're not bloody mind readers, comma, are we, question mark, close quote. He looked at his team, full stop. All of them nodded, full stop. Consensus on no blame for Rhys, full stop. New line, open quote. What is Pitcher's story, comma, then, question mark, close quote. Gill asked, full stop. New line. Jess answered this one, full stop, open quote. You've seen Pitcher's doorbell CCTV, full stop. Ryan appeared, stormed into the, open quote, office, close quote, comma, wanted to know why the police had called, full stop. He already knew Pitcher was on the capital S, capital O register because he'd asked around, full stop. When Pitcher tried to get him to leave, comma, things turned nasty, full stop. Pitcher is not a big man, comma, nowhere near as big and strong as Ryan, who manhandled him out to his pickup and drove him to his small holding. Full stop. Ryan tied him up and tried to beat the information out of him. Threatened to set fire to him if he didn't tell him where Oshan was. Stop, close quote. New line, open quote. Bloody idiot, comma, close quote. Gill, that's capital G-I-L, tutted, full stop. New line, open quote. Did he say anything, question mark, close quote. Wallow asked, full stop. New line. Pitcher has no idea, comma, close quote. Jess answered, full stop. New line, open quote. Ryan said the same, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. We need to get a formal statement from Pitcher once he's fit, comma, but I don't think he's involved, comma, close quote. Jess said, full stop, open quote. The capitals for this next word, Visor, V-I-S-O-R, team, back to normal, have checked his computers, full stop. No sign of any illegal downloads, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. Wallow nodded, full stop, open quote. As I say, comma, a dead end, full stop, close quote. He turned to Rhys, full stop, open quote. Once we're done here, comma, I want you out at the Howell property. That's capital Howell, full stop. They need to know about Ryan before his ex starts blabbing on social media, full stop. Think you and Gina, that's capital Gina, can handle that, question mark, close quote. New line, open quote. Rhys nodded, full stop. New line. Wallow moved to a desk and perched his hip on the edge of it, full stop, open quote. Catrin, capital Catrin, comma, what have you got, question mark, close quote. New line, open quote. I've been chasing up a lead on our green man, full stop, close quote. Quickly, comma, she filled them in on her inquiry into Thomas Voden, that's capital Voden, full stop. When she'd finished, comma, both Gill and Wallow had questions, full stop. New line, open quote. So this kid is on the spectrum and is still missing, question mark, close quote. New line, open quote. As far as I know, comma, close quote, Catrin answered, full stop. New line. Gill looked dubious, full stop, open quote. And this low secure unit, comma, it's in Kent, question mark. New line, Catrin nodded, full stop. New line, open quote. So what possible reason could he have for being here, question mark, close quote. Line, open quote. I have no idea, full stop. Close quote. New line, open quote. If he's an Asperger's, comma, would he have access to a drone, question mark? Close quote. Rhys asked, comma, further deflating Catrin's theory. New line, open quote. Who knows? Full stop. As I say, I need to ask more questions, full stop, close quote. New line. Wallow turned to Gill, full stop, open quote. Pulsar, question mark. This is capital P, capital O, capital L, capital S, capital A. New line, open quote. They've stood down the search for the night, comma, close quote. Gill said, full stop, open quote. Nothing to report so far, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. What about the door-to-door? Question mark, close quote. New line. Gill shook his head. Full stop, open quote. As I say, comma, nothing to report, full stop, close quote. New line. Wallow folded his arms across his chest and sighed, full stop. Open quote. Right, full stop. I need to report to Superintendent Buchanan, capital Buchanan, full stop. Rhys, comma, on your way, full stop. Jess, comma, can you double check with Povey, Ray the drone, question mark. Let's see if anyone else saw where the thing came down. Someone must have seen something, full stop, close quote. He pushed off the desk, comma, unable to sit still for any longer, full stop, open quote. Okay, comma. We've all got jobs, full stop. Let's get to them, full stop, close quote. Page break there, please. New paragraph. Rhys texted Gina when he got to Kurt a wine. That's spelled capital C-W-R-T dash capital Y dash capital W-A-U-N. And she met him on the path from the front gate. Full stop. New line, open quote. All right, question mark, close quote. Rhys beamed at her. Full stop. New line, open quote. As well as can be expected under the circumstances. Full stop, close quote. She took him around the outside, comma, through the passageway where Oshan, capital O-S-I-N, had made his den. Full stop. By now it was fully dark, and halfway along, where light from the front and the rear of the property could not reach, comma, Gina stopped, full stop. New line, open quote. What's up, question mark, close quote. New line, open quote. Nothing, comma, close quote, she said, and pulled him close and held on to him, full stop, open quote. It's just nice to be able to do this, full stop. To be able to hold on to something good and real in the middle of all this awfulness, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. Reese held her back, full stop. She smelt good, comma, probably a lot better than he did after his climb up the north face of Bale, small B-A-L-E, mountain, and his rapid descent, full stop. New line, open quote. Sorry if I'm a bit sweaty, full stop. I've been running around, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. It's okay, comma. I'm used to it, full stop. New line, open quote. You make up for it, comma, anyway, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. She hugged him a little closer, full stop. New line, open quote. Has it been bad here, comma, then, question mark, close quote, he asked, full stop. New line, open quote. About as bad as you can imagine, full stop. Except neither of us can possibly imagine what it's like for Keris, capital C-E-R-Y-S, and Lloyd, capital L-L-O-Y-D, full stop. Oshan is their little boy, and someone's taken him, full stop, close quote. New line. Reese breathed in her hair, full stop. Was that strawberries, question mark, or melon, question mark? Open quote. I don't know how you do it, full stop. But if it had happened to me, comma, I know I'd be lucky to have you as my flow. That's capital F, capital L, capital O, full stop, close quote. New line. She laughed softly, full stop. Open quote. You say the nicest things, comma, Fries, Harris. Capital R-H-Y-S, Harris, capital H-A-R-R-I-E-S, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. It's a gift, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. Have you got something good to say to the parents? Question mark, close quote. New line. Fries sighed, full stop. Open quote. Don't know if they're going to like it much. Full stop. But, comma, DCI Wallow's given me the job, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. Okay, comma. Let's go and do it, full stop. T, question mark, close quote. New line, open quote. You know how I like it, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. She let go and started walking ahead. Full stop, open quote. I do, full stop, but what about the tea, question mark, close quote. New line. Once again, comma, Reese stopped, comma, wondering at how a little bit of flirting and a few words could get his heart pumping so fast, full stop. What had D.I. Allenby said? Question mark. She's a keeper, full stop. New paragraph. With a fresh cup of tea on the coffee table, and with Gina next to him, comma, all eyes were on capital D, capital C, Fries Harris, full stop. Wallow had spoken to him before he left, comma, told him that this part of the job could be even more difficult than tumbling off a wall of hay bales, full stop. New line. It took a different kind of guts, comma, that was all, full stop. And he wouldn't be sending the young capital D, capital C if he didn't have every confidence in his ability to get the job done, full stop. Reese had taken all this in good grace, full stop. All part of the training, full stop, but a step up for him, full stop. New line. He cleared his throat, full stop, open quote. There have been some developments in the case since DCI Wallow spoke to you both, full stop. He felt it only right that you be kept informed, full stop, close quote. New line. Keris's face began to change, comma, her eyes widening with the fear of what was coming next, full stop. New line, open quote. No, comma, it's not Oshan, full stop. Not directly, full stop. It's your brother, comma, James, full stop, close quote. Reese looked directly at Keris, full stop, open quote. He's been arrested, full stop. New line, open quote. Arrested, question mark. Why, question mark. Quote. New line, open quote. Lloyd Howells sat up, full stop. Open quote. If he has anything to do with what's happened to Oshan, ellipsis, close quote. New line, open quote. No, comma. It's nothing to do with that, full stop. It's complicated, comma, but Mr. Ryan attempted to take the law into his own hands, full stop. He abducted and assaulted someone who we had shown some interest in, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. Oh my God, comma, close quote, Kerry said, full stop, open quote. He hasn't killed anyone, has he? Question mark, close quote. New line, open quote. No, comma, not quite, full stop. Though the victim is in hospital with severe, comma, but thankfully not life-threatening, comma, injuries, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. Who was it? Question mark. Who did he attack? Question mark, close quote. Lloyd demanded, full stop. New line, open quote. I'm not at liberty to say, comma, Mr. Lloyd, stop, open quote. But we think that Mr. Ryan was mistaken in targeting this particular person. We don't think he has anything to do with what happened to Oshan, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. So why did James attack him? Question mark, close quote. New line. Reese's lips tightened into a thin line, full stop. He didn't have to tell these people everything, comma. Wallow had made that clear, full stop, open quote. Let's just say that Mr. Ryan has jumped to the wrong conclusion in this instance, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. Typical, comma, close quote. Lloyd shook his head, full stop, open quote. He is a bloody liability, full stop, close quote. Reese nodded, full stop, open quote. We wanted you to know before the press got word, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. Lloyd bristled at this, full stop, open quote. Not the bloody press again, full stop. How the hell are they finding this stuff out, question mark, close quote. New line. Good question, comma, thought Reese. But of course in this instance there would be Ryan's ex. Full stop. Though what she'd gain by telling the world her husband had committed grievous bodily harm was anyone's guess, full stop, open quote. We're doing our best to find out exactly that, comma, Mr. Lloyd, quote, full stop, close quote. Leave a gap, a page break. Wallow, W-A-R-L-O-W, was about to ring the Buccaneer, capital B, when a knock on the S, capital I, capital O, office door made him pause, full stop. New line, open quote, single quotes again, come in, full stop, close quote. New line, the door opened to reveal the towering figure of the man himself, full stop, new line, open quote. Sean, that's capital S-I-O-N, comma, didn't expect to see you here, full stop, close quote. New line. Buchanan, B-U-C-C-A-N-A-N, stepped inside and closed the door. Full stop. He levered his long frame into a chair with an apologetic look. Full stop, open quote. I don't want to get under anyone's feet, comma, but I'm being chucked out of the house, full stop, close quote. New line. Wallow raised his eyebrows, full stop. New line, open quote. Nothing permanent, comma, close quote. Buchanan explained, full stop, open quote. Caroline said, I might as well come in because even though I was at home, comma, I was at work in my head, full stop. I can lend a hand with prepping for the press conference tomorrow, full stop. You may need to be there, comma, Evan, full stop, close quote, new line. Wallow nodded, full stop. A necessary evil, full stop, open quote. No plans on involving the parents in an appeal, comma, yet, question mark, close quote, new line, open quote. Not yet, full stop. That'll take some organizing, if and when, full stop. What about you, question mark, close quote, new line. Quickly, comma, Wallow summarized what had happened over the last few hours, full stop. Some of it, comma, Buchanan already knew, full stop. Some he did not, full stop. New line, open quote. Jess is looking into the drones, and Gil is tying up the loose ends around James Ryan, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. But you think he's only a loose cannon? Question mark, close quote. New line, open quote. I do, full stop. I could throttle the sod for wasting all that time, though. Full stop, close quote. New line. Buchanan nodded. Full stop. New line. Wallow recalled how the last conversation he'd had with Buchanan had ended. Full stop. Open quote. Did you get any joy with your press connections? Full stop. You are going to find out who gave them the Green Man information. Full stop. Close quote. New line. Open quote. Buchanan nodded. Full stop. Open quote. Yes, comma. With the BBC correspondent and someone from the Western Mail. Full stop. They both said the call had come in anonymously and separately. Full stop. As if the caller wanted it known by as many people as possible. Full stop. Close quote. New line. Wallow glowered. Full stop. Open quote. Making mischief then. Full stop. Close quote. New line. Open quote. It sounds like it. Full stop. Close quote. Both men sat in silence, contemplating the information they provided for one another. But it was Buchanan that asked the next question. Full stop. New line. Open quote. Next steps for you? Question mark. Close quote. New line. Open quote. I've sent Rhys, R-H-Y-S, capital, out to talk to the Howells, H, capital, O-W-E-L-L-S, double L-S, sorry, about James Ryan, full stop. I'm worried the press will get hold of that, comma, too, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. That's wise, full stop, close quote. New line. There was another knock on the door, full stop. This time, Catrin, capital C-A-T-R-I-N, put her head around, quote. Oh, comma, sorry, full stop. I didn't know. N dash. Close quote. New line. Buchanan got up, full stop, open quote. No, comma, Sergeant, comma. I'm on my way. Full stop. He's all yours, full stop, close quote. The superintendent paused at the door and turned back to Wallow, full stop, open quote. Sorry this had to happen today of all days, comma, Evan, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. You mean, comma, Denise, question mark, close quote. New line. Buchanan nodded. New line, open quote. Not much I can do for her, comma. Shown, that's capital S-I-O-N. It's Oshan we should be worried about, comma, now, full stop, close quote. New line. Buchanan sighed, full stop, open quote. Yes, comma, well, comma, you know where I am, full stop, close quote. He ducked his head as he walked through the door, full stop. Force of habit, full stop. New line. Open quote. Right, comma, Catrin, comma, what have you got, question mark, close quote. New line. I've just had a very interesting conversation with a capital D, capital S in Hants. That's capital H-A-N-T-S. Sir, full stop. It's about the Green Man, full stop. New quote. Wallow sat up, full stop. Open quote. I'm listening, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. You remember Thomas Voden. That's capital V-O-D-E-N, full stop. He's the patient that's gone AWOL, capital A, capital W, capital O, capital L, comma, the one obsessed with camouflage jackets, full stop, close quote. New line. I remember it was a long way from here, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. Yes, comma, sir, full stop. But something bothered me about that, full stop. Remember this morning, comma, at the reading room, comma, you introduced me to someone from the council, comma, a social housing liaison officer, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. I'm still listening, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. He was there because of vulnerable families in the Kai Glass estate. That's capital C-A-E-G-L-A-S estate, full stop. And when Rhys and I began our house-to-house, comma, we met people who weren't local, full stop. I started thinking about whether someone with a link to Voden could live in that estate, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. That's a stretch, comma, isn't it? Question mark, close quote. New line, open quote. It is, comma, sir, comma. But I dug a little deeper into Voden's history, full stop. We met a mother and daughter living very close to the school, the Munros, capital M-U-N-R-O-S. So I rang Grimshaw, full stop, close quote, new line, open quote. He's the liaison officer, question mark, close quote, new line, open quote. He is, sir, full stop. He's been hard to contact, but he did get back to me eventually. So I asked him, and though he didn't give me any details, he said that families often change their names, sometimes revert to their unmarried names, comma, when they move, full stop, to make it more difficult for them to be found, full stop. I looked up the arrest details for Voden, full stop. The listed next of kin for him was Patricia Voden, full stop. The family Reese and I spoke to on the estate, ellipsis. The daughter said her mother was called Pat, full stop, close quote. New line. Wallow was up and out of his chair in a heartbeat, full stop. You're thinking that the family may have been moved to get away from Thomas Voden, question mark, close quote. New line, open quote. It's possible, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. And now Voden has found them? Question mark, close quote. New line, open quote. I've asked Grimshaw to meet me there, comma, sir, full stop. He said he'd bring the case files. Quote, new line. Wallow shook his head, full stop, open quote. Christ, comma. This is bloody good work, comma, Catherine, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. We don't know anything for certain yet, comma, sir, full stop, close quote. New line, open quote. No, comma, we don't, full stop. But I'm not going to hang around here waiting to find out, full stop. Grab your coat. I'm coming with you to meet Grimshaw, full stop. If there's any suggestion there's a link, we can speak to the Munros directly.